Great response for Forensic so far.
Forensic is organically loved by the viewers.
How does Shah Rukh Khan inspire you?
Of course, all the girls are like, all girls love him.
All girls start blushing when you talk about Shah Rukh Khan. I don't know.
Till today.
Magic. He's got magic.
Vikrant Masi was my first actor that I approached, and then Radhika happened.
Are you going to be planning content primarily for OTT or also big screen?
No, big cinema. So there are something big coming for the big cinema also.
You'd like to work with Akshay Kumar?
Of course, if he wants to work with me as well. Hi, I'm Mansi Bagla. You're watching Bollywood Hungama.
We have with us an enterprising producer of the film called Forensic, and the interesting part is that here's a producer who's having 2 million followers on Instagram. Mansi Bagla, pleasure having you with us on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you so much.
And you're so young and having 2 million followers on Instagram, that must be quite a high.
So I think it happened from the time of COVID. So I watched Mahabharat and I started writing. So whatever I write in Instagram, it is my real quotes. I don't copy anybody. Like people here tend to copy and mix and match. I try to put my own feelings, and which is why people who don't even follow me, like from the industry, like I remember Bosco sir.
Bosco Caesar.
He messaged and he told me that he read about my Mahabharat thing which I had written that time, and he said I loved it. So, and he doesn't follow me also, but
yeah,
he
I think
read
the
about
interesting
it.
part is that it appears on
So
your feed.
I could have had 3 millions, but I have 2 millions. And yes, the 2 million happened after the Cannes, and because it became international news. When there are a lot of international people kind of liked me, supported me. And I think it was just following up. So even I was surprised. So many things happen in my life, which is it happens. Like I feel that I'm a blessed child. So maybe.
That's great. All right, and I think great response for Forensic so far.
Yes, we have made a success.
Right.
And which is what I was made for. And Forensic, it was a, what do I say? It happened because of blessings, it happened because of my passion, and it had to happen. I had decided I have to make a successful film, and which is what it happened.
Right.
So when I was having the success party, I myself couldn't believe it, of course, I was so overwhelmed. But then it all went with the flow. I think it was the hard work, it was the passion, it was the people. I am so blessed that I happened to meet good people around me. So I think just Forensic had to happen. It was you can say that God had planned my arrival in the industry at this time where the contents are not happening. And it's been a lot of time I've heard that content chahiye, content is the hero. And I used to wonder at one point that content is the hero, to kyun nahi ho raha hai industry mein? I think this is the time where I arrived, and Forensic is organically loved by the viewers. There were so many incidents. I have met so many people in the parties who do not know me. I do not know them. And I happened to ask them that what is the film that you are looking for and what have you watched? They said, Forensic, it's brilliant. It was, see, I got a goosebump. It was a moment for me.
So you're having Radhika Apte, who's considered the queen of OTT. And I think these are fascinating times, that the way the actors are getting respect. That is Vikrant Masi as well. I think he had some phenomenal success on OTT as well. Both of them can be called as superstars of OTT. Absolutely. In their own right as well. Getting such actors who don't do projects just merely for money, I think that in itself is commendable. How did you convince them to get?
I think when actors say that content chahiye. Content is the king. That is the time I took it up. I actually watched so many films during the COVID, and COVID was a boon to me. It was not so well off for everyone, but during COVID, I watched many films, and Forensic was one of them, which I picked it up. And Vikrant Masi was my first actor that I approached. So I'm not an industry girl. And when I approached Vikrant Masi and I said, I have forensic and I want you to be the forensic officer. So the answer that I got was that he himself saw forensic and he dreamt that he should be on the headlines that he is doing forensic. So I think it was manifesting thing. Like, it was again, like I said in the beginning, that it was blessing. When Vikrant said that he's on, so obviously, then things progressed. I approached the director, and then Radhika happened. Everything was instant for me. So not that I'm saying that everything is overnight success. I worked for it a lot, and I manifested, I prayed, and I worked a lot, like watching so many movies and selecting. So I had watched Anjam Patira actually in the beginning, and I had watched Anjam Patira. I had watched too many Malayalam films, Driving License, which apparently now is Selfie of Akshay sir, and third was Forensic.
All right,
but I picked up Forensic first because Forensic is a movie which has never been made in the Bollywood, in the Hindi cinema, ever. I was very convinced with it. I knew from the first day that it is a super hit. I think I was blabbering on my own set, and I was like, everybody thought I'm a crack. They said ki picture hit hogi, picture hit hogi. I was like, don't worry, picture hit hai. And when it actually became a hit, I was overwhelmed. Like I always knew about it.
All right, now, Mansi, how do you look at this, the time that we're living in right now? Because in a way, these are fascinating times. I think agar aapke paas acha content hai, you have so many like I think opportunities, so many places where you can possibly showcase your talent. अभी आज के टाइम पे आपके पास एक वो लिमिटेशन नहीं है कि एक आपिश सा एक एलिमेंट था कि आप सिनेमा हॉल में अगर आप रिलीज़ हो रहे हैं तो ही आपका एक सर्टन स्टैंडिंग है. इवन टेलीविजन एक्टर्स को फॉर द लॉन्गेस्ट पीरियड ऑफ टाइम दे हैव बीन लुक डाउन अपॉन कि जब तक आपने फिल्मों में काम नहीं किया तो जबकि टेलीविजन एक्टर्स की पॉपुलैरिटी बहुत ज़्यादा गैर मामूली होती है. OTT के जो स्टार्स हैं उनकी पॉपुलैरिटी गैर मामूली है. कहीं ना कहीं फिल्म सिनेमा हॉल्स में जिस तरीके के रिस्पॉन्सेज आ रहे हैं, बड़ी से बड़ी फिल्में जो हैं वो नहीं चल पा रही हैं. आपको लगता है कि दैट फॉर अ प्रोड्यूसर दीज आर फैसिनेटिंग टाइम्स बिकॉज अगर आप जैसे एक प्रोजेक्ट अगर आपने बनाया फॉर एग्जांपल लाइक फॉरेंसिक, सो यू नो दैट देयर कैन बी अ रेवेन्यू मॉडल वेयर यू कैन रिकवर द मनी.
Of course, like for forensic from day one, like coming from the business background, like my husband is from the business background and he's a Marwari. So Marwari to kabhi nahi, they will always think business first, though I'm a creative person, I'm a passionate person. But like you said, that business is also important. And I think God planned my arrival. And I've arrived at a right time where the big cinema is not working. And here forensic, it was just sailing through. Everyone I was asking of, like, they were talking about forensic. Humne dekhi, like, and have interacted with few of them. And I said, ki, those who don't know me, like I said, and they came and reciprocated that humne dekhi and we have loved it. So there I know how it worked. And I wanted to call someone, like, like I said, it's a moment. मैं किसको call करूँ? That moment, where people are saying कि हमने forensic देखी and we have loved. And they are the people whom I don't know and they don't know me. So there is where I realized that, it has clicked for the audience. And films has to be made for the audience. It cannot be made for your own self. कि मुझे action आता है तो मैं action picture बना दूँ. कि मुझे ये आता है, like I'm not a thriller genre, I'm not a, like forensic was not my genre, love story is my genre.
You're a Shah Rukh Khan fan.
I'm a Shah Rukh Khan fan, completely. I've arrived because of Shah Rukh Khan.
Why is that?
So when I was a kid, like I used to only watch Shah Rukh Khan, and I'm a Yash Chopra fan. And Yash Chopra, Subhash Ghai, films have influenced me as a filmmaker, to become a filmmaker. I want to become a filmmaker. I don't want to do random films.
Okay, and how does Shah Rukh Khan inspire you?
Of course, all the girls are like, all girls love him.
All girls start blushing when you talk about Shah Rukh Khan. I don't know.
Till today.
Magic. He's got magic.
But give him a script or something. I never had a fan moment. I have watched his shooting, but I never went and took his autograph. I decided that I have to make a film to approach him. And when I used to hear that scripts nahi hai, content nahi hai. So I'm not from an industry, I'm not an industry girl. I don't have any godfather, I don't have anybody. So for me it was like ki mere paas sixth sense hai. I have quoted many a times that I have reached here so far because of my guts, because of my instincts, because of my sixth sense, and because of my passion for the films. And I think love and passion are two words which are the most highly misused words, we talk about. And I did not want to go in front of Shah Rukh Khan and say that, okay, sir, one photo, and I love you, sir, and what else to say. But here I am today producing films like Forensic and many others in the pipeline. I wanted to say, sir, this is my film, and now you can trust me.
So, what are the sort of films of Shah Rukh Khan that you have liked over the years?
All the love stories. I have seen his flop films also, like a Duplicate. So I'm a Duplicate fan also. Nobody must have liked Duplicate, but I love all his films till date. But yes, Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge was my first thing, because I had watched an interview of Kajol where she was talking about Aditya Chopra making Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, his debut film, and she said, you would know about her interview and you can always have it on the record. She said that Aditya Chopra was asked, what are you making? He had no answer. He said, I'm making a super hit film. So I think I was 7 years old, and I don't know, something, I was like, I will use this line sometime, that I'm making a super hit film. And when Forensic was happening, I used the same line to my director, to my actors, that I'm making a super hit film. Don't worry, it's a super hit. So that was my conviction about my first film.
All right. Now, अभी मैं आपके आने से पहले मैं विजय वर्मा का इंटरव्यू कर रहा था, तो उसमें हम लोग डार्लिंग्स के बारे में बात कर रहे थे. तो अभी ऐसा हो रहा है कि जो लव स्टोरीज़ हैं उनको भी रीडिफाइन किया जा रहा है. लोगों को थोड़ा सा जो अगर प्रेडिक्टेबल रोमांसेस हैं लोगों को उतने पसंद नहीं आ रहे हैं, कुछ अनकन्वेंशनल सी रिलेशनशिप्स वो ज़्यादा अपील कर रही हैं. अगर आपको आज के टाइम पे अगर आपको कोई लव स्टोरी बनानी है तो आप किस तरीके की लव स्टोरी बनाएंगे?
So very surprisingly, when I was in Mussoorie shooting for my film Forensic, I happened to meet Ruskin Bond, and he doesn't meet anyone randomly, and I was the lucky one to meet him, and I went through his stories, and I bought a book of his, Come Fall in Love Again, which has all the love stories in the book.
Wow.
Yes, and I wanted to bring love story in the cinema again, like, and very strangely, Dilwale Dulhaniya, again the connection, last में वो लिखा रहता है कि Come Fall in Love Again. That's our title, Ruskin Bond. And it was, even I did not realize at that time that ये सच है. I was in the conversation with Ruskin Bond and love story. So I believe in simple love story, realistic love story. I don't believe in today's love story, which is happening all around. So I think Ruskin Bond love story is something, it is my next project also.
Okay, and, that's interesting.
Yes. And
so basically love story with realism, something that people can relate to in today's...
Relate to. And people will always relate to real things. It is love is real. Like, in any language you will say, I love you. But how do you say that? It's a treatment. So Ruskin Bond stories are very simple when it comes to love stories. So when I was in Mussoorie, and Mussoorie being a hill station by own self, I think when I was shooting Forensic, I progressed on that. I spoke to Ruskin Bond and we closed this deal, and now have a lot of love stories. So I have 17 to 18 love stories on me.
My God.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Okay, so
I'm planning an anthology for which a lot of big directors have shown interest. I've met Imtiaz Ali sir. I have Mohit Suri on board, and I have a lot of big directors who are willing to direct this anthology, like Vishal Bhardwaj.
Great.
Lot great
so
things.
this is going to be for OTT.
This for OTT.
All right. So are you going to be planning content primarily for OTT or also big screen?
No, big cinema. So there are something big coming for the big cinema also.
Okay.
I want to work with all the actors, but probably it has to be the script. So because I'm not from the industry, I have to present a script. When I go to an actor, what do I say? Like there are two things. Either I'm a fan or I have a script. There are two things that I can approach an actor for, to, and tell them that, this is what I have. And so far I've been lucky. I finished my 2 films. Forensic is already a success. And Sirf Ek Friday is my second film.
Okay.
The post-production is going on. So I finished that film also. So when people thought that I will jump onto something, I believe in content. So when I heard people talking about contents, I was like, here I am. Now this is the time, that I can speak about myself, because I'm only a story-driven person. So in Forensic also, the credit of the story goes to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting. Okay, जैसे अभी आपने कहा कि that कुछ आपकी फिल्में जो है बड़े स्क्रीन के लिए भी रहेंगी, तो अभी अगर देखा जाए तो बड़े पर्दे पर भी फिल्में चली हैं, बस आई थिंक बात उसमें वही है कि दैट वो एक कन्विक्शन होना ज़रूरी है, उसके अलावा फिर कहीं ना कहीं आपको एक राइट तरीके का एक जो इंटरेस्ट अगर आप डेवलप करा सकें ऑडियंस के लिए, जैसे KGF 2 का जो एक बज़ था कि वो पहले टीज़र से ही लोगों को एक उसके अंदर एक दिलचस्पी थी कि दैट ये फिल्म हम थिएटर में जाके हम देखना चाहेंगे, जो कि मे बी शायद और बड़ी फिल्मों में शायद उस तरीके से नहीं था। एज अ प्रोड्यूसर आपको क्या लगता है कि KGF 2 में ऐसी क्या खास बात थी? मैंने इंटरव्यू किया तो मैंने संजय दत्त सर से मैंने कहा कि सर आपने बहुत सी चीज़ें देखी हुई हैं, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये पिक्चर के 12 बजे के भी शो होंगे और सुबह 6 बजे का भी शो होगा. दिस इज बिफोर एनी एडवांस हैड स्टार्टेड एनीथिंग. सो एंड इट हैपेंड. And मतलब in places like Gujarat, for example, there were 6 o'clock shows, 4 o'clock shows. That's absolutely bizarre.
Yeah.
तो ऐसा क्या था KGF 2 में आपके हिसाब से as a producer, which you felt कि that brought the people to the audience,
so
to the theaters?
It's the masses. It's the masses. It's the audience. You have to make a film which the audience love. Like for example, I would say, not the KGF. It's gone. Shamshera, which has not done well, but Sanjay Dutt. We love Sanjay Dutt. These are the actors who do not have to prove themselves. They just need the good content, good scripts, good directors, good films. Which is why today's time, the films are not working that great. Whether we see all the big films, I don't want to name them, but yes, recently, no, I don't think any film worked that well. Though I liked Raksha Bandhan a lot. I don't see the box office. See, honestly, I am a little bit old school. I see, that's why I said I'm a Yash Chopra and a Subhash Ghai fan. They used to make films. They used to not see ki box office kya hoga. In today's time, we have business kya hoga. That's why they sell it in OTT. There are more traders than filmmakers today. That's why the films are failing. And which is why I say that I planned my arrival. That I want to make good films. And I can promise and I can boast about it that I will come out with successful films. Mini films will come out with successful films, and that is in my mind. And which is why I said about my story about Aditi Chopra, that I'm making successful films. That's it.
Okay, so जैसे आप रक्षाबंधन का नाम ले तो मुझे लग रहा है कि आप अक्षय कुमार के साथ में काम करना चाहती हैं.
So I recently saw him in Soho 2 days back.
Right.
And I was like, he's looking like Tom Cruise. He's like handsome.
So you'd like to work with Akshay Kumar?
Of course. If he wants to work with me as well, but I have to go with a script to him. I cannot go to any actor without a script. Like how do I go then?
नहीं अच्छा, लेकिन जैसे प्रोड्यूसर्स के बहुत बार हम लोग सुनते हैं कि प्रोड्यूसर्स जो हैं सर्टन जो एक्टर्स होते हैं नाको चने चबा देते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ देयर अनप्रोफेशनलिज्म और चीज़ें डिले होती जाती हैं, सेट तैयार है और कहते हैं कि मैं आज शूटिंग नहीं करूँगा. लेकिन जैसे भी आपने जिक्र किया कि समवन लाइक अक्षय कुमार, तो उनका ये है कि उनके प्रोफेशनलिज्म की जो बातें होती हैं कि वो सुबह अपना 4 बजे 5 बजे काम स्टार्ट करेंगे और शाम में अपना वो 5-6 बजे तक उनका पैकअप हो जाएगा. एंड एनी हाउ वो एक शेड्यूल रहेगा उनका, चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, चाहे ज़मीन इधर से उधर हो जाए, उनकी फिल्में चाहे चले ना चले, ही विल स्टिक टू हिज शेड्यूल नो मैटर वॉट. और वो 40 दिन में पिक्चर आपके तैयार करके आपको आपके हाथ में दे देंगे. वो अलग की बात है कि वो जो उनका सारा रेम्यूनरेशन का जो हिसाब किताब है थोड़ा सा है, लेकिन काम आपको मतलब पता है कि आपको टाइम पे चीज़ आपको हाथ में मिल जाएगी आपको. एज अ प्रोड्यूसर, हाउ रिलैक्सिंग and exciting proposition is that you know that you can do things time bound way, और आपका जो भी आप उसमें मेहनत कर रहे हैं उसका एक certain time के बाद में आप उसको सामने लेकर आ सकते हैं.
So that was forensic also. When we talk about Akshay sir, I think Vikrant Massey also, I think I had no trouble with my actors. They were so professional, they were so good to me. Like they were all professionals. Like we started the film on time, we finished the film on time. We had no confusion, we had no distraction. And that too we shot in COVID, like it was 2020. And wherein these actors have cooperated. And when we speak about Akshay Kumar, of course I've not worked with Akshay sir and I would love to. But with Vikrant Massey also, it was thorough for professionalism. So when everything matches, like, you know, it has to be two-way. They wanted to finish the film. I was very glad when Vikrant Massey said yes to this film, because I was a new producer. I did not know what my journey is going to be hereafter. I just picked up forensic. It was my conviction to, you know, pick up forensic. And when Vikrant said yes, so it was a moment again. And it was all professionalism, and my director, I think he supported a lot. And it's also being nice human beings, I feel like, you know, what I learned from my journey of my 2 films that I've finished,
right,
that you have to be a good human.
Absolutely.
And people say that women cannot, you know, it's difficult for them in the industry. I didn't find any difficulty, touch wood, you know.
Great.
I think I got respect. I got respect from my actors that I chose a film like Forensic and I presented to them. And I really felt that when they used to say that content king hai, so here is the content, aap content lo, mujhe picture banane do. I will handle the production. Now what is happening in the industry is that sabko sab kuch karna hai. Actors are becoming producers. Producers are becoming something else. You know, so it's a mix. It's a mix. I have not mixed things. Like, you know, I have involved myself into production. I know everything what's happening, and which is why I got this respect, that people know me for my work. Otherwise they would say that, you know, you are so and so's this, you are so and so's this. I never got that reaction. I always saw that I'm known for my work. I'm 1 film old now. Sirf Ek Friday is going to release. Ruskin Bond is coming up, and there is more in the pipeline. Those are big things.
Great. So Mansi, एक आखिरी सवाल मैं आपसे पूछना चाह रहा हूँ, बहुत अहम सवाल है.
जी.
अगर कोई डायरेक्टर है जिसको आपने साइन किया है और वो आपके पास आके कहे कि वो कहे कि दैट इसमें जिस तरीके की मेरे पास कहानी है उसके अंदर जो एक्ट्रेस हैं वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ उसका रोल आप ही प्ले कर सकती हैं, तो आप क्या कहेंगे?
Then he's not the right director.
नहीं, बट देखिए आप उनको ब्लेम भी नहीं कर सकती ना, इन द सेंस कि एक बार को तो आप सोचेंगी कि हो सकता है शायद ये सही कह रहा हो.
सही मतलब I am meant behind the camera, and direction was my ambition. So I started off, you know, when I started thinking about films, I was 21. So I had 2 options, to either get married or to go to the Pune Institute and do my direction course. So I have a filmy story to myself. My mother was passing away, and she said that तुमको हीरोइन नहीं बनना है या मॉडल नहीं बनना है, तो you wait, you marry this guy, and I think this is the right decision. And director बनना है तो कभी भी बन जाना, producer बनना है कभी भी बन जाना. That time we did not use producer word often, but director is what I wanted to be. And I listened to my mom, and I married very early at the age of 21, 22. And from there I took off. I waited for my time. I think COVID was the time. I told my husband, I don't want to bake cakes, I don't want to make babies, I want to make films. Now this is my time, let me be. I've given and devoted my 10 years, and that is it, and now here I am.
All right, I think that's amazing. So I think जो भी directors जो हैं अगर approach करें मानसी को तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि that she is very clear in her mind that what exactly she's looking from you. So Mansi, congratulations for your journey so far, and
Thank you.
All the best wishes for all your future ventures, and thank you very much for talking to us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.
Hi, I'm Mansi Bagla. You're watching Bollywood Hungama.